More racks for you and 2 weird things. And you're welcome, other racks, that I separated those. So, a little more about me. I own many things. I'm doing very well. You should see my home. It's low. And every single thing I own, I can tell you where I got it, why I got it, and how I got it, but that doesn't mean I want to keep it. So I came up with this segment of the show. I call it the Damaged Goods Auction. And the way it works is a community friend of mine comes on, they tell you a story about an object they own, and then we will auction that object off to you, the audience, tonight, along with this certificate of authenticity, signed by me. One of you will take this object home tonight in any money style. It's called the Damaged Goods Auction. Please welcome Jennifer Myszkowski, everybody.
Yeah, me and Ken and you. Oh, good. The rest of you may be scared off by this cautionary tale. So when I live in Holyoke, Massachusetts. Anybody Western Mass? Okay, good. Rock on. So one of those claps was my husband. All right. So when I decided it was time to buy a house, we looked around for a house like a person, like people, like with a couple of people in love, and we found a house, and it was great. And I called my mother, told her where it was. She called us up and she was like, Jennifer, that house is down the street from a crack house. You don't want that house. And I said, Mom, you're looking at the wrong house. Our house is the one next door to the crack house. We prefer the term crack home. But yeah, we bought a house, right? And it was a thing. And it was previously owned only by 2 other families. It was built in 1907. It was owned by a family from 1907 to 1995. And then like a family from 95 to 8 when we bought it. Okay, so the people in this story is the 1907 to 1995 people. And when we bought the house, it was like an old house, but it had the good bones. That's what they tell you, it's got good bones. Anybody with a house can verify this. It's got good bones. And I'm allergic to everything. It had carpeting in every room, including the bathroom and the kitchen. But we peeled up the corner and we saw there was wood underneath. And so we were like, yeah. So as soon as we bought the house, we peeled up the carpet. And then what we found underneath that was another layer of carpet. And so we peeled up that carpet. And what we found underneath that was another layer of carpet. And so we peeled that up. And what we found underneath that was horsehair carpet padding. And so when we peeled that up, what we found underneath that was 1940s era linoleum. And so we peeled that up, and what we found under that was like 1920s era linoleum. And when we peeled that up, what we found was wood that had been waxed several times, painted with lead paint, and then wood underneath. So a lot of tender, loving care went into our house, guys. Tender, loving care. When it was time for us to do our kitchen over, a man came, because we have to hire a man for these kinds of jobs. A man came and he walked into our kitchen, looked at the ceiling and said, "Is that where your bathroom is? Is that your toilet right there?" And well, my friends, it was. Because it turned out that the problem that we had been having with our ceiling in our kitchen was because our toilet had been leaking. And when it all got pulled apart, this is where it turns great. When it all got pulled apart, it turned out the toilet had been leaking since the 60s. And we know that because what we found in the wall was a time capsule with a photograph of the previous owners of our house, Frank and Viv. Frank and Viv were smoking and drinking. And it seemed like that was basically their primary occupation, smoking and drinking. They also embarked on some home improvements, but again, smoking and drinking. But they took the time to sign every single thing they did. And under every layer of paint and wallpaper, it's Frank and Viv, 1953. Frank and Viv, 1968. Frank and Viv and Frank Jr. Because they wanted to keep a tradition going. So anyway, we've done a lot of work on our house. We had to redo the bathroom. obviously the toilet was leaking, and because of the toilet leaking, for 1 million years, we had to like do like thousands and thousands and thousands of extra dollars worth of repairs to all of the pipes in the entire house. One of the things, when you buy a house, everything will start costing an interval of 1,000. It's never going to be, hey, that's $50. It's going to be, that's $50,000. So another thing that they did at our house is Frank and Viv. They put a cement pad around the house, except for, I think they did it themselves with like just a little like cement mixer. And they just dumped the cement down and like put a rake over it. And that's how they made a cement pad for outside of our house, including directly in front of our house. They made a little vestibule to put a trash can right in front of the house. And we are civilized human beings who don't want our trash can in front of the goddamn house. And it's right in a place where you would put normally like a flower bed. A normal person would put a flower bed there. And so my husband is a champion. Wave a little bit for the people, Scotty. My husband is a champion. He went out there with a sledgehammer and he fucking broke up that cement pad. He broke it up with a goddamn sledgehammer. And then he dug it up a little bit to make a flower bed. He dug it up. And he dug something up. And now you are going to guess what it is. What? In front of our house, although yes, you're right, that would be awesome. No, my friends. Will you please? Oh no. I think we need to move this guy. Move this down.
Is it a cabbage?
It is a bowling ball!
It's a 1950s bowling ball.
Now, a couple of things about it.
I just wanted to say, first of all, if it was Frank and Viv, that would be the good bones. The guy was like, I told you it had good bones. That's what I meant.
No, so it does have holes like a person, like if they're going to play bowling, but it has the original holes there that were filled in with something.
Like someone went, I fucked up. Let me use the equivalent of whiteout on a bowling ball.
Also, there's still dirt from our garden in it. Because it's hard to clean out a bowling ball, guys.
Also, Frank and Viv, not to harp on Frank and Viv here, but also Frank and Viv sounds like an awesome monster. They made a time capsule, and they're like, we need to put the best photograph of us that represents us the best in this time capsule for jet car people in the year 2000. How about this one about smoking and drinking?
I don't think they put it there. I think the son's wife did, because there was a little note about who it was.
So maybe that was like, if you find us dead, here's who did it. It's like a whole Sixth Sense kind of thing. So, I'm sorry, please go on to the bowling ball.
No, it's got crush right there, so that if you would use this as a weapon.
Do you think that's the ball's name?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. And I have to say, like at first, Frank and Viv, I thought they were hilarious. And now I tell you, the God's honest truth, if I knew where they were buried, I would dig them up and punch them in the face myself. I fucking hate those assholes. I fucking hate them. Take this away from us.
So,
Save us from ourselves.
a couple of theories I have about the bowling ball. You awoken the boomer! I suspect that's what Frank and Viv's son, Frank Jr. looked like. Yeah. Now, in the 1940s, this is true, during World War II, a lot of people buried their valuables in their yards because they were taking people's metal and scrap for the war effort. Do you think Frank and Viv were like, they're not getting that fucking crush? Bury that bowling ball. That's theory one.
It may have been their most valuable thing.
You know what, I don't doubt it. You said Holyoke, right?
Yeah, Massachusetts.
It was their most valuable thing. Sorry, I disparaged Holyoke.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that's theory number one. Theory number two, it's dead.
What?
The bowling ball?
Yeah, it died and they buried it. How would you know? If it's dead enough,
I actually have a theory that Frank and Viv had a fight. And Viv was like, get that fucking bowling ball out of my house.
You love that ball more than you love me!
Out of show of passion,
Yeah.
he dug a hole in the front yard, put that in it, covered it with a cement
He cement shooted? He mob style killed it.
covered it with trash barrels.
Yeah, if I was a 7-10 split, it'd pay a lot of attention to me.
I'm gonna go on and say the world's best impression. Alright, so this is your object. I call this auction Bowling for Adulthood. And it's signed by me and Ken Reid, officially transferring ownership to you of Frank and Viv's bowling ball, The Crush. We're gonna start the bidding. Also, a couple fun things. If you're taking a train tonight, hey, that train car, it's the same exact dimensions as a bowling alley. I'm not telling you what to do. I just gave you a fact about dimensions. We're gonna start the bidding at $1. One, you're one with the gentleman.
$2.
$2, I'm gonna be two.
$5.
$5, ooh. $20. Hold on.
$21.
22?
2201.
22. I will allow it. It's the last 1 cent increment. From now on, it's $1,000. No, it's now on it's $1 increments. You're at 2201?
40.
Did you say 40?
She said 40.
$40. Are you with them? Is that
We're friends.
your friends? Okay. If I had asked that question 2 minutes ago, would the answer have been different? So you're at 40? Okay, you said 40. I do want to say this. Just a quick story.
By the way, a bowling ball, man.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Yo, balls.
Yeah, he does have balls, and he'll have 3 after this. Well, maybe 2. I don't know. At least one more than he came with. Now, before you're in the lead here, but I'll share this quick anecdote. A friend of mine lived in a triple-decker, 3-floor apartment building on the top floor. Hated the people that lived underneath him. He had a cat. They used to complain about it. He had a bowling ball like this in a big hardwood floor hallway. Every night he'd roll the ball back and forth along the floor, right? They would call the cops on him. When the cops would get there, he'd hide the ball. He'd pretend he was woke up. His cat had a little ball toy, and they'd be like, people downstairs say, roll a bowling ball, and they'd be like, what? That thing? It's my cat's toy. And the cops would be like, these fucking people. And they'd go out and be like, you still have a cat toy up there. You call us again. The cops would leave, and he'd get the ball out and just keep going back and forth. Again, just a story. I'm not telling you to do that. It's just a thing that happened. We're at 40. You're sure 40 because 23 would have beat it. You're at 40. He's at 40. 40 going once. 40, we got no phone bidder, so it's going to be in the room. He's confident. 40 going twice. Sold for $40! That is your ball. It's your ball.
I just want them to keep the show going on.
Oh, well, thank you very much. You gotta have the ball, man. So you're a human Kickstarter. This gentleman is a saint.
I'll see it again.
Who wants this guy's $40? I'll start the bidding at $1. I'm gonna leave the ball for you. If you want to take it, it's yours. If not, we'll. I should mention we have a charity every month, and the charity is Cradles to Crayons. This month we can place that in the charity box. The ball. Excellent. Well, thank you, sir. You are the winner tonight. What's your name again?
My name is Nick Martin.
Dick Martin, everybody. Thank you so much. Take it from now. We'll find a home for it. Thank you, Ken Myszkowski and the Ken Reid.